What made you decide to start training at SDG?
Richie. No, I'm kidding.
No, hey, we did. We appreciate that a ton.
Yeah. So what got me through the door was Richie, right? So when I had first heard about this, he told me, he's like, hey, I am partnering up with this new gym, right? It's very unique. He's like, I've never experienced anything like this at any of the gyms that I've been to. He told me that I could bring a friend. You want to come by? And I remember that work day was rough. And I'd never been to a class like this before. I'd always just gone to a commercial gym, so I didn't really know what it was like. I didn't know that I had to be here at 6 o'clock on the dot, you know? So I told him, like, oh yeah, I'm running a little late. I'll be there at 6:15. I'll be there at 6:20. And he's like, oh, don't even worry about it. The class starts at 6. If you can't make it, you can't make it. I remember I ended up leaving work, and I made it here at whatever time, 5:55. And it was just something
What
that
was it? Was it strength and endurance?
This-
Fit camp? It was fit camp?
No, this was the Forge. This was the Forge. My very first class was the Forge. And I remember walking in with like my freaking bright, like, board shorts that I had on, and I had never done anything like this before. And I asked him, like, what kind of workouts are they? I'm like, is it more of a strength training or if it's more of an endurance workout? And he said more endurance. And I remember texting him, oh no, cough, cough, I'm feeling sick. I'm not going to make it, right? Because I'm not used to endurance. And I walk in, and he had told me before I got here, he's like, hey, maces, right? He's like, it's maces and clubs. And I had to Google what a mace was. I'm like, is this common knowledge? Do people know what this stuff is, So I Googled it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we'll see how that goes. And I just remember being stiff as a board. Halfway through the first workout, I remember convincing myself, it doesn't matter if you get good at this because you're not coming back. Like, it's okay, right?
Oh, that's so sad.
It is, yeah, it is. And I remember walking out, and it was just, it was a very unique feeling because I didn't feel gassed. I didn't feel super exhausted. I felt awake almost.
Okay.
Like I felt open. I felt like I was able to breathe. I felt like I had some limberness to me, right? And I had that conversation with Richie in that parking lot, and I was like, man, I actually feel good. I'm like, I might actually want to come back. And he's like, I'm thinking the same thing. And I'm like, dude, I might sign up. And he's like, well, if you sign up, I'll sign up. And I'm like, all right, well, if you sign up, I'll sign up.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's exactly what happened.
Awesome.
And now I'm here.
Dude, I dig it.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing to highlight here from a physical aspect is just how much more of a well-rounded athlete that I am. Because I can do a little bit of everything at this point. I just ran 3 miles on Thanksgiving.
Could you,
5K.
could you have done that 3-mile run prior to?
When I was 300 pounds plus, my workout routines or my running routines, if any, was I would run like 0.2 of a mile, maybe 0.3 of a mile, and then I would walk for like half a mile. And then I would run for 0.2 or 0.3 of a mile, another little quarter mile, and then I would walk. I have not ran more than a mile straight in like 5 years, right? So now I can run 3 miles straight, nonstop. Awesome. I can deadlift 405 for 3 reps, and I can do 3 pull-ups all the way down, all the way back up, strict pull-ups. So that is probably my biggest takeaway from a physical standpoint. From an emotional standpoint, is just really dialing in my discipline. You know what I mean? Is finding a routine and sticking to it. This is the longest that I've ever experienced a health journey, but it's not even a health journey. It's just my life.
Like a lifestyle, right?
Like that is what I've come to the conclusion that it's my life.
What were you saying? You were talking to Mark earlier, and you were saying something about how your body's like you're athletic now, so you're able to your metabolism. Or you were talking about eating or something was different because you're an athlete. You've understood that your body's an athlete.
Yeah, so I think we were talking about maybe protein intake.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was because I mean, I feel at this point I feel limber. I feel a little more healthy. I feel like I'm able to move around. Like I was in the grocery store the other day and I was next in line, but I needed something else. And I remember I took off sprinting inside the grocery store and I sprint back. Mid-sprint, I'm like, what an amazing feeling. Like I ran back and I wasn't gassed. Like I just continued on with my day, but yeah, just being more hyper aware of my body, right? Because back then the goal was just shred, try to lose as much fat as I can. And I mean, it's still a road for the 6-pack, right? But at this point, it's really fine tuning everything else that comes along with it. You know what I mean? My diet, making sure that I'm getting the right amount of protein in, making sure that I'm staying away from the correct amount of things that I'm supposed to be staying away from. Alcohol is a big one that, is something that I'm not going to cut out of my life completely,
Hey.
but it's just
Sure.
being a little more self-aware of
Yeah,
it.
you understand the work you've already put into this. When you do something that's going to take away from it, you're like, hey man, I've invested all this time and effort.
Yeah.
I'm having all these results. Do I really want to make this decision? And obviously sometimes you do. That's fine. Okay, 330, but that wasn't all here. You came to us at what, weight-wise?
So you know what? I wish I had an exact figure for you, but I want to say I was looking back at text messages that I had with buddies when we were setting goals for ourselves early in January, and I want to say I was right around 315
Okay.
when I walked through these doors. That 330, I had already like in November-ish, I had already started trying to cut out certain foods,
Right,
right?
right,
Yeah,
right.
and it was just diet. It was no exercise, but it was just diet, right? So I think I was maybe 315 to 317 when I walked through these
Okay.
doors.
And where are you standing right now?
I'm currently sitting at 254 pounds.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So, for all you math wizards out there.
Yeah, do the counts.
Yeah.
So how would you describe SDG to someone who's intimidated by gyms?
I would say, first and foremost, if you're going to a commercial gym, you're intimidated because you think everybody's watching you. Everybody has their headphones in. Nobody cares about anything that you're doing because they're so hyper focused on themselves, right?
Yeah.
What is going to break you out of your comfort zone here is having eyeballs on you, right? Now, I will say, having eyeballs on you can seem like it's uncomfortable, but I have yet to come across a single person here that doesn't have my best intentions in mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every single person, I was thinking Blanche and Jason's son here, right? I was thinking of, telling them how amazing their parents are because I vividly remember standing next to Jason during the Forge classes and him like stopping his workout to give me pointers and tips and tricks on how to make my life easier with these workouts. Eric, right? Our black belt, our resident black belt when it comes to the Forge, right?
Yep.
Same thing, right? This dude is just a phenomenal, he's an expert when it comes to maces and clubs and kettlebells, right? And I remember being intimidated by that. Not intimidated by him, but just intimidated by his movement patterns and thinking, man, I'm never gonna get there. I think once I got more comfortable with exercising at my own pace, that's when I really was invested in the gym. Because my first couple of times, I was really struggling with not being able to keep up with people. Just my own. I'm my biggest critic, right? I think, as most people are, their biggest critic.
Sure.
Is I come from a background of team sports, right, and team environments at work. So I'm slowing down the classes, which is what would weigh heavy on me. Not one time did anybody make me feel any type of way about slowing things down.
And then I see you now, today you did it in class, working out with somebody. I hear you giving them tips. I've seen you in the Forge. New person comes in and you're like, hey man, try this and everything.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the whole thing is we're trying to basically keep paying it forward. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
okay. So what would you say to someone thinking about joining, but still on the fence? And I say that because we have a lot of people that have kind of understand what we do, but they just can't make that jump of faith, right?
Yeah.
So what would you tell them?
I guess.
And you have some people.
Yeah.
You have some people you brought here that are.
I do. Yeah, 100% I do. So my first question, it's seeking to understand, right? It's identifying what is holding you back, right? Because you can lie to me all you want, but you got to be honest with yourself.
Right. Amen. Amen.
What's holding you back, right? Is it fear, right? Is it discipline? Is it the concern that you might fail, right? Is it finances? Is it distance? There's a plethora of things that would cause you to say no, right?
Yep.
What got you interested in the first place, right? Are you looking for lifestyle change? Are you looking to become healthier? Are you looking to just surround yourself with winners, right? When I first joined this gym, I'm bringing up Jason and Blanche a lot, but man, they were a foundation of my growth here. I remember having a conversation with Blanche and just saying, this environment is so different than any other environment that I've ever been around. Why? Because everybody here is successful. Like everybody that walks through those doors has a rock solid marriage, right, is doing well within their profession. You know, they have a home, they have kids. And I was tying all that back into discipline, right? Is getting through these doors. Um, you are who you hang out with,
Sure,
right? You show
100%.
me who you hang out with, and I'll tell you who
Yep.
you are, right? And I gotta tell you, if you were to ask me exactly what we did during today's workout, I probably wouldn't be able to repeat it to you step by step. Why? Because you being the evil genius, not evil genius, sorry, like
I get that a
yeah,
lot.
the evil genius
I get that a lot.
is like mastermind, this guru that you are, you put all of this into play. I feel like a professional athlete showing up to on game day. I
Yep.
show up, I do my thing, and then I leave. Like there's no prep work on the front end or the back end. I just show up, I do my thing, and I leave. And that almost it relieves so much headspace for you to apply that focus onto anything else in your life, right? Because I'm walking in here for 45 minutes, I'm getting after it. That's not even 1/24th of my day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that is invaluable versus when I was going to a traditional gym like I was doing in my past. I would walk in, all right, what am I doing? Am I doing legs? Am I doing chest? Am I doing back? I would convince myself on any reason to get myself to not do legs,
Sure.
right? Per usual. So, yeah, you take the brunt work out of exercising and you just make it, you simplify it. You
Well, it's-
complicate it and you simplify it all at the same time. It's beautiful.
It's funny. We have people saying that, hey man, you're having all the success at SDG with people. Don't you feel glad that you have a part in that? And I said, to be honest with you, I don't feel like I do. What I do is I create an arena. My goal is to create an arena where you guys can come in and I take all of the guesswork out. And if you want to have success, you can have success in the arena. That's my whole idea with the program. So you guys, you're killing it. So,
Yeah.
dude, awesome.